Hi everybody, Master TJ here. Today we are going to simplify a trigonometric expression. Simplifying a trigonometric expression is not the same as verifying an identity or solving an equation. Simplifying, your goal is to use the identities to whittle it down to just one term. You're not done until it's down to one term. That's the difference between verifying an identity or solving an equation. Simplifying, you're simply making the big small. And it's very good practice with the trig identities. It's very good practice with learning them. It helps commit them to memory, simplifying the expressions. So, what I like to do when simplifying a trigonometric expression is put everything in terms of sine and cosine unless I have some other reason not to. As I do these problems, I will point out situations in which I had some reason not to put everything in terms of sine and cosine. But for the most part, put everything in terms of sine and cosine and see where it leads you. So I know that secant in terms of cosine is 1 over, secant theta in terms of sine or cosine is 1 over cosine theta minus sine theta. And tangent is sine theta over cosine theta. Okay, well, that looks good to me. Let's see what I get. Now I have 1 over cosine theta minus sine squared theta, sine times sine squared theta, over cosine theta. Since these have the same denominator, I can go ahead and put that numerator together. We have 1 minus sine. That does not look like sine. Excuse me. 1 over sine squared theta. Excuse me. 1 minus sine squared theta over cosine theta. Think back to our Pythagorean. In fact, almost every time you see sine and cosine squared, consider whether or not the Pythagorean is going to help you. And our trig Pythagorean, just in case you don't remember, is sine. What is wrong with me writing sine so not correctly? All right, so we have sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta equals 1. That's a Pythagorean identity. So that tells me that 1 minus sine squared theta is cosine squared theta over cosine theta. Well, I could certainly simplify that to cosine theta. That's certainly one term. I'm done.